So one of the first great literary works I ever read by a black author was the book Black Boy by Richard Wright. If you're not familiar with this book, this is sort of an autobiography memoir of Richard Wright's experience growing up in the Jim Crow United States, Jim Crow era. We read this excerpt of it in ninth grade when I taught ninth grade, where he goes to the grocery store to get something for his mother, and he runs into some kind of rough kids who beat him up and take his money. And when he goes home, his mother tells him, "Don't try and come in here without the groceries. You need to go back and you need to get the groceries." And he tried to push his way in and argue, and he received a smack from his mom, and she gave him more money and sent him back out to get the groceries. He ultimately ended up getting them. His mom was preparing him for a world that was not kind to people like him. And when he released this book in 1945, although it was, it definitely gained a lot of attention, and literally a senator brought this book in front of Congress and said, this book needs to be banned from all schools because it's encouraging the devilment of American children. And it's encouraging hate between the races. Now, this is 1945, this is when hate already exists between the races. But the idea is, if these black people stir up thoughts about how they're mistreated, they are going to change people's minds, and they're going to change people's minds incorrectly, because the way the world is now is right. And what's crazy is it's 2021, and literally this argument is still happening in Congress and in the Senate, both in different states and on the national level. We would hope that we'd come a lot further than this in nearly 80 years, but we haven't. And maybe that's why we all need to find Black Boy by Richard Wright and pick it up.